Welcome to month of June's market stats. We're going to go through some of the details to keep all of us informed and what's happening in the market. So for the month of June, let's dive into the most important chart. This is a very good summary chart. It's a great positive news because we can see that all products started to shift. They all are increasing. Could month of June be the turning point for the market? We're going to see in the next few months, but this is a good positive number. So we see that townhouses absorption 18%, condos, a high inventory segment, but has increased, and detached, it still is in the lower, but it's a promising here that it's actually pointing upwards. So all the product types in month of June, for the first time in a while, has actually shifted towards an optimism. Now let's talk about three things that every stats that I always like to learn myself and share it is supply, demand, price. So in detached category for the Metro Vancouver, we can see inventory has decreased year over year, but here sales went up. So anytime inventory is shrinking, sales are going up. It's a good activity. That's why the chart reflects that. And pricings still is actually year over year lower, but it could be also that as the prices have come to a point where the demand is starting to come to the market for all the product type. So that's the three category for the detached home. Same thing with condos. So condos, we see a drop of inventory. It means less sellers on the market. A positive number for the month of June, sales has increased. And price is still a reflection of the market. It is decreased from year over year. Now, townhouse has always been a resilient product. Once we dive into the Coquitlam Port Moody market, where I trade a lot, is a resilient product. So there's not been a significant increase in the inventory. So it's only a bit a less of a 4%, meaning like inventory has actually decreased. But the sales is also reflecting. So not a heck of an increase in the sales, just a very small number by 1%. Sales have decreased. But of all the product, townhouse have always shown a less of a price adjustments compared to detached and condo. So overall, to summarize this section, we can see that there is some optimism, a market shift, and all products are starting to tilt towards a balanced market. Too early to predict for long term, but we're going to see what the future quarter, month by month is going to show that. Now let's dive into Coquitlam as the area where I specialize in this market. So detached homes, most of the time Coquitlam follows the Metro Vancouver. So we see a 17% drop in the inventory level, a 70% uptick in the sales. That's a very significant number for Coquitlam. And we see a shrinkage on the price adjustments. The month before that, it was a bit higher. In fact, right here, we can see that last month in May, it was 5.7%, but we can see that there's been an average shift in the price decrease. For the condos, we should expect increase in inventory, a little bit different. It did not decrease. Condo is a lot more inventory in Coquitlam, but sales went up significantly, 43.6%. Last month, it used to be a decrease. So this is a good shift in the market. Price is reflecting of the year over year. It's a slightly changed from last month's number, but nothing too big difference in prices across all of the products. It's just more the movements. And in the townhouses, we see a decrease of a 23%, but an uptick of 35% increase in the sales. So you can see just a month over month. Last month, it used to be negative 11%, close to 12%, but this month, it shows an uptick of 35%. And pricing is an adjustment of 0.64%, meaning it has adjusted decrease. So we can see these numbers on this section, whereas last month it used to be minus 0.5%. So not a big difference in regards to the townhouses, but we can see the sales to active ratio chart is almost reflective. Townhouses has actually increased significantly because of this 35% jump. It almost puts it into the seller's market, which is a very surprise shift in the market here. We can see that for the first time, this product has actually gone up to be this high in the seller section. The last time we saw this high was March of 2025. And now we're seeing it actually being here. So good news for people that are looking to still upgrade. It's still a great opportunity for people upgrading from townhouse to detached, because detached is still in a sort of, it says it's in a balanced market, still in like a low 16.7% sales to active ratio. And condos is also showing a good number, 17.9%. So Coquitlam overall for all the products have shown pretty good uptick. Our neighboring city and Port Moody, for it comes to the detached properties, not a lot of an inventory increase by about 2%, but sales reversed in Port Moody. It's actually dropped by 40% just because maybe the size of the market wasn't that active. So in Port Moody, it's not as same as in Coquitlam. In the condos, a decrease in inventory, but condos in Port Moody went up 25% sales for the month of June in Port Moody area. This is kind of like parallel to Coquitlam. So it means condos are starting to be picking up for all those good, well-priced product, and buyers meeting their matching criteria is actually coming out and shopping. A little bit different for townhouses. Inventory decreased for the month of June year over year, and also the demand for the sales. And prices small off at 2%. So when we look at the sales to active ratio on Port Moody, not as high as Coquitlam. So we can say Port Moody has become more on just like a balanced section. The highest demand product has always in the townhouse, followed by condos, but a significant opportunity for detached home, just because detached in Port Moody tends to be a buyer's market. So in summary of our month of June's market, what we can take out of is the fact that if we go back in here, this is really a good positive sign that the market is shifting. Demand is not significantly increasing, but since the prices have come to a point where buyers are coming in and transacting. So hopefully this could be the bottom of the market. So we can see a shift in the coming months for the market to now shift. So if you have plans to discuss your real estate plans, you can DM me, message me, WhatsApp me, and we can schedule a one-on-one call and to discuss your real estate plans. Until the next month, have a fantastic day.